What it do, YouTube family, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're here to discuss, as you can see in the title, how I managed to get out of debt. You know, it was a really long journey, and I'm thankful to God that I got through it because it was hard. It's nothing easy. It's doable, but I'm not gonna lie to you. It's something that is very difficult to do, something that takes commitment, something that takes a lot of self-discipline, and you have to have your why. And why do you want to do this? Why do you want to get out of debt? It's ironic to say, but I feel like a lot of us just live in it, and we just think it's a norm for life, especially in this day and age. And I'm just here to give you a few tips on how I got out of it, and maybe even how you could do it. So, how I got out of debt. Honestly, it's been a while since I got out of debt. I can't lie. I recently got back into debt for my car, which I explained to you guys in my last video with my financing. And if you want to know how much I paid and how much I financed and my monthly payments and my interest rate, then you can check out my last video. The link is going to be in the description for that. Alright, so you want to know how much I paid off of that. Well, to be honest, I couldn't tell you from the top of my head, so I had to go back to my handy dandy budgeting book, which is all torn up, but you know, that's how you know I actually did what I needed to do and that it's been used for good by how torn up it is. So, going through my book, I actually was going through it right now, and I actually noticed that in the book, I wrote a page where it says, Dave Ramsey, debt-free screen. And if you listen to Dave Ramsey, then you know that he has a special segment on his show where it's a debt-free screen, where people come on, they say how much they've paid, how long it took them to pay, and everything like that, right? And I actually really wanted to do that because it was such a huge inspiration watching those and listening to those at work while I was working, that I think I even submitted an application to do it, but I never got back, and that's what I have it all here broken down how much I paid off. So number one, the first thing I had was credit card debt, which was, boy, my arch nemesis. I did a whole bunch of dumb stuff, which I wish I could go back and change, but honestly, this whole process made me who I am today, to be honest. So, you know, it taught me a really valuable lesson. Alright, so number one, credit card debt. I had 2 credit cards, which totaled to, drum roll, $16,000. Yeah. Ask me where that $16,000 is now, and God knows where it is. I don't know. Number 2, my car, $24,000. In my last video, I was actually explaining about the financing that I have for my Mercedes C43 that I have right now. But before that, I had a Honda Civic, which I bought for $24,000. And that was my plan to pay off also. Number 3, my phone. I had an iPhone back then, an older one, which I wanted to pay off, which I decided to get out of my life because I want no more payments, which was roughly $800. Number 4, it was kind of a car accident situation that happened with me and my friends, where the car was an accident, person driving wasn't insured, and blah 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 blah, ray tay tay, and we paid back the insurance company, and that for me was $7,800. Boy.
You stupid.
Honestly, if I had all this money in my pocket, I could literally go buy a house right now. Jeez, bro. But we live, at least. And the last one I have is tax. I owed $1,262 in taxes at that moment, which is not bad, to be honest, compared to my last year. So it's actually pretty good. So with all that being said, the total was $49,000 $852. Oh boy. Imagine how far I could have gotten with this. God, I am DUMB, but we live to see another day. We're gonna recoup that money back up again. So, a lot of you guys might have it worse than me. Some of you might have it way better than me. If you have it way better than me, thank God, because this debt payoff could be way better for you, way easier for you, and take way less time. So, time-wise, this debt took me roughly 25 months to complete. So that's 2 years and 1 month. Now, how did I do it? That's the major question. Breaking it down into, let's say, 2 years, that's roughly about almost $25,000 a year paying off. So yeah, if you know me, then you probably would have never guessed that I was going into the situation. I feel like it's just so high because of my car payment, which rounded up to $50,000, but I paid it all off. So it makes it seem like it's like insane, but I don't know. Like when I really watched the Dave Ramsey show and I would hear people come on with $300,000, $200,000, $150,000, like it seemed like insane to me. So what I had, I'm like, you know what? If this guy has $500,000, $300,000 in debt that he paid off, and I have this, why can't I do it? If he could be this disciplined to do this, why can't I do it? What's stopping me? I believe in myself. I have the motivation. I have somewhat type of discipline. I don't have the best discipline, but still, what's stopping me from doing it? It's gonna be hard and it might be far-fetched, but I feel like when you've heard someone do something so much, it makes you think, why can't I do this? I'm not dumb. I don't lack motivation, so I could definitely do it. And I'm here to tell you today that you can too. This is all obtainable, no doubt whatsoever. I believe in me and I believe in you, because if you're watching this video, this is something that you might want to pursue and something that you might want to do. So here are some of my few tips on how to get out of debt. You could tweak it on your own, do what works best for you, but I found that this is what worked best for me. So one thing I'm gonna say before I start on my tips is that, honestly, I'm gonna tell you one thing. You're gonna make mistakes along the way. I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't do it just one shot, boom, 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 it was done. While I was getting out of debt, I put myself in a little bit more debt, to be honest. I can't even lie to you. And emergencies happen, things that you want to do, right? And it's all gonna set you a little bit back, right? But you have to persevere, right? Don't let it stop you from accomplishing that goal. Push, and push even more. Thing number one I would say that you need to have before starting this journey is a why. Why do you want to get out of debt? And I know that sounds ironic, but you really need to find out what that reason is. Is it because you want to build your generational wealth? You want to be able to help people? You want to be able to give to people? You want to start a foundation to build on so that you can obtain that wealth or something that you want in the future? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to get into a car later? Do you want to start a business and this is stopping you from doing that? All of these things count. You need to have a why. And the reason why I say that, without no purpose, that's what people perish. That's why people perish, right? You have to have a reason to do this, because if you don't have a reason, then you're not gonna have the motivation to do it. You're not gonna have the drive to do it. And you're gonna think, well, why am I doing this? I could just live my life. So that's the number one thing that you should have is your why, that reason. Just like you have to figure out your reason to live. So after you do that first step of figuring out what your why is, the next thing you need to do is, if I were you, buy a book, a blank book, which would be, whether it be a planner or just a regular book where there's nothing inside, blank. so you could write down your budget. If you don't want to write down your budget, you could also have a spreadsheet or a worksheet or something like that. But honestly, just my preference, I would tell you to get a book. Reason why, especially with me, I could go on my phone and do it, but I want to sit down in a quiet place, grab a pen, grab a pencil, open it up, go through the dates, and literally write everything that you need down. I feel like when you write it down, you have a tendency to really remember what you wrote down and figure out what it is your plan is at the end of the day, right? So while you have your book, first thing you're gonna do is list out every single one of your debts. Every single one. Go back, figure out if it's a phone bill, how much you own your phone, if you finance your phone or anything like that, if you finance the laptop, if you have any medical bills, your credit card bills, anything you have, figure it all out and write it all down. Then, after you've done that, I want you to take it and list it from largest to smallest. So the reasoning behind having your debts listed from the smallest to the largest is that you start from the smallest and then eventually you go down to the big boys, right? What this does, and the reason why people recommend this or people do it, is because you get more of a momentum, you get more of an adrenaline rush, you get more excited that these small things are getting out of your life, and then you go fewer and fewer, and then you have less off your plate, right? So let's say you have a phone that you owe $200 on, kick it out. You have any medical bills that has like $300-400 on it, kick it out. From smallest to largest, go down to your biggest one. And it's gonna give you more of a drive, more of a push to really accomplish your goals. Because imagine if you're starting from, let's say you have a car that's like $30,000-40,000. Come on, you're not gonna want to finish paying $30,000-40,000, and let's say the average person's income. That's gonna be very hard. So I feel like it would be better for you to start from your lowest and move all the way down to the highest. And all that money that you don't really need to pay anymore could go and kill this big old fat debt that you have, whatever it may be. So when you have all that written down, before starting all those methods, I would tell you to save up some money. Let's say you save up $1,000, $1,500, or even $2,000, all depends on who you are. Save that up as an emergency fund. It's not there for the most biggest emergency in your life, but when you start this debt-free journey, if anything pops up, let's say your car dies, you need some type of parts for it, it costs you $500-600 to fix, and you don't have the money, then you're gonna go back into your credit cards or something, or loans, just to pay for that. So this is just in case if anything happens, you need it, it's right there. This, you're not gonna look at it, you're not gonna touch it unless it's an emergency. An emergency is not, I wanna go out to eat with my friends. An emergency is not, I wanna go on vacation, I'm gonna just use this and then pay it back and blah, 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 blah. No, an emergency, something that's needed, that's what an emergency is. So stay on track with that. So second, after you've done that, what you need to do is then tackle all your debts, right? From this, as I mentioned before, from the smallest all the way to the largest, okay? And I would say, while you're doing this, I would say to have an accountability partner. Someone who knows what you're doing and someone who could hold you accountable, because you know, a lot of us don't know what accountability is. So yeah, have someone who you could be held accountable by, so that they keep you on track, so that even if you don't have that real discipline, someone could hold you for your mistakes on what you said you were gonna do and that you didn't do, so you can stay on track. After you found that accountability partner, the next thing I would say you need to do is come up with a game plan. you have 20, 10, $15,000 and you want to get this done quick, what's the fastest legal way that I could do this, right? Don't take no shortcuts. Don't put yourself in any type of situation to do anything, guys. Do it the proper way, right? I would say in order to pay off something faster, you need to have more money come in, right? Because 9 times out of 10, we don't have the money. So that's why we spend the extra money and go in debt for it. How can you get out of debt faster? So I'm gonna refer it back to me, right? When I decided to get out of debt, like I was paying it off good, but I wanted more steam to go faster. Cause I'm like, if I pay off $50,000 in 24 months, imagine if I didn't get my second job, this would take me way longer to do. Probably another, I would say 8 to 12 months to even do this, to be honest, to deal with how fast I did it, right? So one thing I did is that I got a part-time job. And I'm gonna say work minimum 60 to 80 hours. Yeah, I said it. Work. Go to work. What are you missing out on? Nothing. You're not missing out on anything. Go to work. You want to make money? You want to this? Go to work. You won't die. You go to work. No going out to eat like that. No going on vacations. No buying no clothes really like that or anything like that. No shopping. No shopping on Amazon. No Shein. No, what is it? No Fashion Nova. No nothing. You don't need it. It's a want, not a need. And if you want this, you're gonna stay down and stay disciplined to accomplish your goals. Discipline, discipline, discipline. And I'm not gonna lie to you, to be honest. This is not easy. This is not for the faint of heart. And most people would not do this. And you know why? Because most people don't want to get ahead. I say most people do want to get ahead, but I don't think they're willing to do what it takes to get ahead and do what you need to do in order for you to do what you want to do in the future, right? It's all about sacrifice. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. You put yourself in your situation and you want to get out of it. Don't be a victim, because just don't be a victim. Don't be a victim. You're not a victim. You put yourself in the situation. No one else did. Maybe someone might have, but you want to clean this up. So, right? You're not going to cry about it that much. You're going to cry a little bit, because there are times where you're going to be like, damn, I'm working so much. I'm tired. And when is this going to be over? But when I tell you, when you're done and all this blood, sweat, and tears come to an end, it's like a burden lifted off your chest, and you're like, wow, this is what it feels like to be debt free. Thank God. You'll be like, this is what it felt like to be in like high school when you had no debt really. You were just living for the day, right? Now you have freedom. Now you have no one on your back. You don't owe nobody. So now you can make choices that you want to do, right? You don't have to stay at that job you don't like, because you're not tied down. You're like, well, I have a whole bunch of debt, so I can't leave right now. I have to stay in this miserable place. So now you can open up your eyes to see, maybe, you know what? I want to take a different career path. Maybe I want to go back to school and do something. You have options. That's what it leads you to, being debt free. You have more options to say yes or no to what you want, right? And you know, working hard never really killed anyone. So you can do it. I have faith in you, just like I had faith in myself. I didn't have a lot of people in my corner to tell me, you know, you could do this, but after watching so much Dave Ramsey episodes and seeing so many people do it, that alone gave me the motivation, right? Listen to everyone talk about the FIRE movement, the financially independent retire early movement. I was listening to that also. And I just got a whole bunch of ideas, right? The good thing is just to listen to people who are doing what you're doing and see how much they can inspire you to do that thing that you want to do. With that being said, get a second job. Everything you do, when you get that paycheck, don't even look at it. Just take all of it and send it right to that debt that you owe at the moment, whatever step you're on at the moment. Throw it at it. Don't look at it, just do it. You're not gonna miss it. You're not gonna be like, oh my God, this and that. No, you're gonna be happy at the end of the day. I'm telling you from now. While you're on this debt-free journey and paying off your debts, another thing I would suggest to you is lock up your credit cards. Put it away. Don't carry it with you because you're gonna be tempted to use it. Okay? Try to use cash or use your debit card to make purchases if you need to, right? It's proven, and there's this one study I read somewhere where it says that you feel it more when you use your debit than cash compared to credit. And I really agree with it because when I go to a store and I pay for something and I use my credit card, I just tap, I don't look or nothing like that. Ask me how much what I got paid, what I just bought is, and boy, I could not tell you. I could not tell you until I really look at the receipt, if I even look at the receipt to see how much it is, or until I go back into my mobile banking app and look and see how much it was or how much I spent. And it's true. You have to realize that these credit cards, all these forms of debt like Klarna, Afterpay, and all of these services are heavily advertised to us, right? These people are not playing with us. They want all of our money. They want you to pay that interest because that's how they make money, right? Nothing is for free in this world. Nothing. Everything comes at a price. But I do agree to a certain point that maybe you could use your credit card for your benefit, right? But the thing about it is a lot of us don't really know how to, or we don't have the discipline in order to not pay interest. Mind you, interest is only good when it's coming to you. That good compound interest, right? But interest paid is not good. It's not good to always be paying someone something or owing someone money, right? So, pay all those credit cards off. Pay off all your debts, guys. I'm telling you, it's such a good feeling. You feel like you could do way more in this life. You feel like you could give. And honestly, that's really, my why was really so that I could be further in life, right? So that I could do better for my future generation when I have my kids, when I get married and have my family. But I also want to help my family, right? I want to get ahead. And also, after my family, I really want to help others because that's one thing about me. I'm a very compassionate person. I have a lot of empathy. I might not show it all the time, but I really do care for people who I feel are less blessed than I am, who are in a not as a good space as I am financially or anything like that. So I would love to help people because I believe there's only so much you can do with money. You can spend money, you can give money, and you can save money. That's it. So you can have all the money in the world, but I feel like if you're not really doing to give back to people, to help some people, you know, then what good does it have to have all the money in the world, right? That's just me. I want to be good for myself, good for my family, but I also want to help those who are less fortunate, right? And to help those around me, right? That's what we all do these things for, right? I'm a faith-based person. I love God, and I feel like it's just in me, you know, to just naturally be nice and kind to people and help all those around me when I can. And I just want to help people, and I realize that if I'm in a hole and I'm trying to dig someone out of a hole, how does that work, right? The blind cannot lead the blind. So for me to be able to help someone who's less fortunate than me, I need to be at a certain level where I can handle myself, handle my family, and I could pull someone up from where they are and help them if need be, right? And that's what I really want to do, is help those around me, be empathetic to all those who are less fortunate, and just be a blessing to others around me, right? That's my whole thing, just to be a blessing to others around you. So guys, have a solid plan. If you don't follow that plan, then I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. You have to have that solid plan. Have a plan. And even, I can't lie, even if you do have a plan, something's gonna happen in life, okay? It's not a matter of if it's gonna happen, it's a matter of when it's gonna happen. Something's always going to happen that will deviate you from your path, right? But I would just say you have to push through that. Push, push, push. Have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith that you can accomplish this. Also, another thing I would also do if I were you on this process, listen to a lot of people who are going through what you're doing. See what they're doing. Maybe they might have a few more better ideas than something you're doing. They might have some better tweaks that you could make. Listen to people. Also, I would say listen to motivational people, okay? Listen to podcasts, listen to YouTube videos, anything, okay guys? Keep your mind active. Keep your mind on a path that you want to go towards, right? Because that's what I did. That's what really helped me a lot, is watching people, learning new things in the finance world, about RSPs, TFSAs, if you're from Canada, and if you're from America, your 401ks, your Roth RIAs, and stuff like that. So it's always good to be knowledgeable. With all that being said, guys, I really hope that you liked what I said and that you guys will take some of those things that I said and apply it inside your lives, right? These are just a few things that I've done and some things I feel like that would help you on this journey. I've had my moments where I'm like, wow, this is so hard, and I just felt like almost giving up, but I'm not gonna give up. Do it. I promise you, you will never regret it. And if you ever regret it, it's never hard to go back into debt, guys. It's never hard to go get a loan and go back into credit card debt. So if you don't like the feeling of how it feels to not have any debt or crushing debt on you, do these things. I'm gonna insert a little clip for a little bit of motivation and something that helped me even after this video came out, after all this, but I felt like it's a good clip to always really listen to.
Down and get back up? Or are you just gonna play the victim, play dead, say, well, this wasn't meant to be, and fail? To me, there's no such thing as failure. There are temporary defeats, but there's no such thing as failure. And I share that with you because if you can be resourceful, if you can be relentless, and if you could be resilient, then you will make it in life. Understand that problems are a part of life. Understand that problems are good. They are there to help you build your problem-solving muscles. See, most people think that the only muscles they have are the muscles on their body, but you've got mental muscles, you've got emotional muscles, you've got problem-solving muscles, you've got money-making muscles, and you need things to go wrong.
And I would always say, try to listen to more podcasts, guys. Try to listen to the Dave Ramsey Show. On it, you have a lot of advice and people who are going through what you're going through. And I would honestly suggest watching the Dave Ramsey Show. Try to listen to motivational videos on YouTube, you know? Some Les Brown videos, some Zig Ziglar videos. There's a few people who motivate you. There are a lot of people you might listen to, whatever you like, that have motivational videos. Just listen to that. Keep people who are around you who are positive. Keep good people around you. People who are gonna encourage you. Someone who's not gonna laugh at you or say your ideas are dumb, right? So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys watched. If you had any criticism, if you have any ideas for videos in the future, if you want some advice also, you could also message me on Instagram. The link to my Instagram will be posted below in the description. If you have any questions, if you want any help, my DMs are always open, all right? If you need some help, some guidance, or some more advice, DM me. I'm always willing to help anyone, to be honest. Don't be ashamed or don't be shy, I would say, to message me. I'll always reply to you guys. I thank you guys for supporting me in this journey. I love you. But before you go, don't forget to like the video, share the video, comment down below, subscribe down here for me, please. Turn on that post notification bell on, so when I release these bangers, you can stay informed. I keep forgetting all the time. But thank you guys once again. I love you. If you have anything you want to know more about how I did anything, some video ideas, let me know in the comment section. Or if you need help with anything, DM me on Instagram. Go follow me there at Lester_AMG. Lester_AMG. Thank you guys once again, and have a fantastic week. God bless you all. Stay safe, stay motivated, and we're out.